Welcome back to Virtual Lab Infra once again in my MD-102 Intune training series. So in my previous sessions, we had discussed how to onboard our Windows devices to Entra and Autopilot using Entra join device method. Today's session, we will discuss how Windows Autopilot configuration takes place, what exactly Windows Autopilot configuration means, why organization follows Windows Autopilot, and a lot of things. So first of all, what is Autopilot or what is Windows Autopilot? So Windows Autopilot is a Microsoft cloud-based solution for simplifying the deployment and lifecycle management of Windows devices. Instead of IT teams manually imaging or configuring PCs, Autopilot automates the process too, so devices are ready for use right out of the box. So what Autopilot does? So initial deployment, like pre-configures new devices with company settings like apps, policies during first boot. Reset and repurpose, like wise and re-provisions device for new users without IT intervention. Recovery, restore devices to baseline ready state quickly. Branding and experience, customize the out of box experience like OOBE with company logos, wallpapers, and enrollment settings. So when I was talking pre-provisioning, it means so certain common applications that I want for my customers, so that like if it is a finance department or any development team, so as per the company requirement or the department requirement, I will go ahead and configure few application, so that while doing autopilot, automatically all application will automatically deployed and installed on their systems after autopilot completed. So when IT people do imaging, they they will configure it and ask the customer or the user to just enter their email ID and credentials. It will automatically start pre-provisioning, and it will complete in three phases. So first phase will be, it will do the autopilot background verifications, and then it will start installing all the applications and then all the settings. Once the autopilot completed, immediately that device will come under the Intune portal, or you can say report in the Intune portal, same as our Antra AD join we have done in the last previous sessions. So today's session we'll see how this configuration will be done and how it will enroll or onboard in our Intune portal. So there are few PowerShell script needs to be run in the PowerShell on this device, and then we have to generate one of the hash ID or hash file or hardware ID. Hardware ID, hash file, or device ID is nothing but the hard coded information of the device, so which contains your hardware information of the device. So let's see how we can do that. So I have already uh, uh, created Antra ID join session where we had onboarded our two devices. Today I will onboard my personal laptop to our Antra and Intune. So let's go ahead and start the lab. So first of all, you need to open PowerShell with administrator privilege. So let me open it. Okay. So first, so if you can see my, this is my personal laptop, guys. So in this C drive, we will create one folder, and we will try to generate hash ID of this device, and then we'll import to our Intune portal. Then we'll see how this onboarded to our Intune portal, how it onboards. So let's see. So first command. So here we will create one of the folder name called HWID. HWID is nothing but hardware ID. So let's begin new item. The best practice to write a command is always type the few letters and hit tab, so that you will get the exact command. New item, type, tab. So I can see tab is come, type has come. directory hyphen path. So since I am using PowerShell ISE, here it's easy and it gives prompt for highlighted commands or predefined commands. So it's easy to use. So I'm going to create a folder in C drive. So C colon slash, I'll give name as HWID. Let's run this. As you can see, in directory C drive, there is a folder called HWID has been created now. We can verify that. Let's refresh. So here is the folder created, but there is no file yet. Okay, let's run the second command. Now we'll go to this particular folder using this command set hyphen location. So as you can see, automatically the predefined commands are coming up. So set location path under C drive HWID folder C colon HWID. If I run this command, to run a particular line, you can select that particular line and click on the second play button. So now I'm in HWID folder. Let's run the third command. This command will help us to process the execution policy, which means it will execute a certain policy for generating the hash ID or hash file. So let's set execution policy. If you type tab also it will come, or you can click enter, hit enter. Hyphen scope, then process, execution policy remote sign. Let's run. You can click on the number and click yes to all. Now we will install the Windows Autopilot info script. What it means? So our laptop doesn't understand what Windows Autopilot info is, because it's a manual setup. So we need to install it using our install a script command. So let's run that. Install hyphen script name Windows Autopilot. So name git hyphen Windows Auto. Guys, while you are practicing it, please use the same way I'm typing in, because it's a case sensitive. You may get error. So always use tab to check whether that command is correct or not. Info. Let's run this. Now this will go ahead and install. Maybe in my case, I had already installed multiple times this script, so it may give error. Let's check. Will take few seconds. So if you can see, install a script hyphen name get Windows Autopilot info. Looks like I have twice I mentioned Autopilot info. Let's run once again. Let's check. Yeah, it looks like the script has run. So in organization or standard, when we create a autopilot configuration, we also use group tag. What does it mean? So group tag is basically what region you want to have the device segregation that you can mention while having your devices onboarded. So like for India, you can use IAN. Like some of the organization, they use the complete name itself, like India. Some of the organization, they use IAN, or maybe Netherlands NL. So we can use similar way. Just for example, I'm going to use IN for India region. Get Windows Autopilot for hyphen group tag. Here you can use whatever you feel, whatever you want. So with this command, my hash file ID will get generated. So let's output file and name of the file. You can give hash id.csv. Make sure guys you give the extension as CSP, otherwise it will not import to our Intune portal. So let's run it. So far, as you can see, you will see the success message with your serial number of your device. So as you can see, I have got the serial number. It says the gather details of device for device with serial number. That means the hash file been generated. See, as you can see, the file is just now generated. Now we'll log into our Intune portal and we'll import this file and check the device is onboarded to our Intune portal or not. So click on devices, enrollment, device. So here is the option guys, we need to import our hash ID which is generated just now. Double click on hash file, import. It will take few minutes and it will upload. Then you will be able to see the device detail and then we can manage our device from Intune portal. Just the way we have done for Entra ID join devices for our two devices. So these are the devices we have joined through Entra. Let's do this for Enrollment Autopilot. This is how to import the hash ID and upload in Intune portal. But before that, we'll have to also do one more setting called deployment profile. So first of all, let's see how. So let's quickly check our device which is enrolled with autopilot configuration. So we can go to device and then enrollment. Yes. So we can see my personal laptop with this serial number and this model ID is now reflecting under IN group tag. So far our device is from our device hash ID has been generated, uploaded to Intune portal, and now the device is so enrolled in our Intune portal. We can also verify an Entra ID also. So click on all device. So as you can see, the laptop with this serial number of my personal laptop is now onboarded here, which shows no in enabled. So let's enable it. So basically when you enable it, it says the device is now across the tenant can be used. So now let's refresh it. Okay, so now the laptop is completely onboarded to our Intune portal and Entra ID both. Also, with this autopilot configuration, we need to also do one more setting in Intune portal, which is deployment profile. So with this deployment profile only, your autopilot takes place when you do imaging of your device or laptops. If you click on enrollment, here is a deployment profile. So before creating this deployment profile, guys, we need to create a security group with dynamic devices type. So how we can do that? So let's go to group option, click on new group, security, give any group name. Also guys, this security group needs the license, then only your devices can be onboarded properly. Let's give test autopilot. So a membership should be dynamic devices. and click on add dynamic query. So click on edit. So here is the syntax, guys. I will mention in the YouTube link in my description. You can use the same link while doing this rule syntax. Sorry. So let's one sec. So this is the syntax, guys. You can use the same syntax ID. Click OK and save. Create. So now my security dynamic device type security group is now created for my autopilot deployment profile. Now I can go ahead and create a deployment profile and use the dynamic device group, so that whenever that autopilot configuration takes place, it will use the same security group. Also, of course, we need to assign the license for this dynamic group as well. So let's quickly assign the license. To assign the license, you can log into Microsoft Admin Center, go to billing, licenses, or you can go to groups. Anything is fine. Security group, test autopilot device. This is my group, need the licenses. So I would need, sorry, Intune and Entra ID license. Save. Okay, so this security group has license now. Now we can go ahead and create the deployment profile in Intune portal. So let's go to devices again, enrollment, deployment profile. Let's create the deployment profile for Windows PC. This time I'm going to give test auto pilot profile. Next. So deployment mode should always use user driven. This is our choice, like we can keep it Microsoft Entra hybrid joined or Entra joined. So if you click Microsoft Entra hybrid joined, it means we can onboard our own on-premise devices, which is laptops as well as VMs. Privacy setting and all you can keep by default. User account always use administrator, so that highly privileged account only can onboard or autopilot these devices. Now the newly created group we can include. Sorry. So just now we have created test autopilot and we had assigned license. So select this group. Next, review it and create. So that's all, guys. So this is the autopilot concept which is widely used in every organization. So there are two ways. So we can do manually autopilot. Once we have the laptop image done, we can import the hash ID of the laptop and import in our Intune portal the way we have done just now. Also, when it comes to bulk enrollment process, like when company purchases a bulk systems, like let's say 500 or 1000 of laptops, or the company may be Dell or HP, the manufacturer time only they do the hash file generation and upload in the Intune, the Microsoft Intune side behalf of our organization. So what happens? User needs to just log in with their email ID. Since the laptop hash ID is already uploaded from the company side behalf of our organization, so we just need to enroll our login with our email ID and credentials. Automatically it refers to Intune portal and we can manage our devices without any manual intervention, or you can say without any extra efforts. So this is how the autopilot works, guys, in our organization or any of the organizations. In Intune, also the baseline, or we can say application or policy, can be created. We can also configure profiles like Wi-Fi, BitLocker, Defender. So that's wrap up today's session on the setting up Windows Autopilot from scratch. We walked through importing devices, creating deployment profile, and preparing the enrollment status. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel for more Intune and MD-102 training content. In the next session, we'll dive into the uh, conditional access, uh, just like compliance policy we have studied, and we saw how the compliance configurations takes place and how it throws non-compliant errors to the Intune portal. Thanks for watching and keep building a smarter and more automated environment with Intune. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.